Hi, my name is Del Bocata. I'm a Brazilian artist, filmmaker, photographer. And for a long time, I've been wanting to just record my thoughts and whatever, you know. And so I wanted to start today. I'm here in Cunha, in Brazil, in Sao Paulo. I've been thinking a lot about how we communicate with each other and how that forms conflict. When we communicate with one another, a lot of the times we communicate from a perspective of me, and I want this for myself. I want to, grow this way. I want to connect with this person because I want something from them, or I want something. And I think that forms a lot of aggression in a way of how we see each other. I think that a lot of the times when we are connecting and exchanging ideas, we gravitate towards people who think the same as us, because we believe that people who believe different things than us are like the other. But the truth is, we are all just one. We're all the same. We're all human after all. And in how I see the way we should connect with others is more of in a way of like love and affection. I mean, this might seem like stupid common sense, which is what this is actually. Well, sorry, I forgot to say welcome to common sense. I think this is something that we all should know and think, that like, why get angry at someone for something? Like, why get angry at someone for the way that they think or whatever? Because the thing is, you can't change what someone else thinks most of the times, or what they believe in their core. You can maybe, guide them to a different thought, or maybe, show your point of view. But I think we have to stop entering into conversations and connections thinking that we can get something from someone or change them in a certain way, because why can't we just let them be themselves, and then we can be ourselves, and we can exchange thoughts and just different ideas, and that way we can maybe grow. And so, like, I think the way you grow is by hearing people out and by experiencing different things. And so if you can do that, if you can open your heart to trying to understand why someone thinks the way that they think, maybe we can live in a more peaceful world where we understand each other. I understand sometimes it's hard, and you're just like, fuck this person, like, how do you believe this, and how do you think this way or something like that? How do you live with so much hate? Like, that's something that's it's normal now. I feel like our society is like ruptured in a way where, like, in the US it feels very much like left and right, like, oh, like the right believes these things, the left believes these things. But in the end of the day, people just want to have a better life, right? And we're controlled, by the powers that be, and by our own thoughts and things we see in the media to believe certain things. And then we come up with, we use those things to explain why our life isn't going the way it's supposed to be going. And the thing is, it's like, we live in a place where things are a certain way because they have been this way for a very long time. And a big part of it is because we communicate in a certain way in this way of conflict. I think we need to communicate in a way of understanding and resolution, and I'm not sure exactly how to introduce that to society, but I think we have to start at least talking about it this way, right? Like right now, me and you listening to what I'm saying, my train of thought has gone so many ways, but I believe that the core of what I'm saying makes sense to me, but it could make sense to you too. So what I'm trying to say here is that why don't we just, when we hear someone saying something stupid, or when we hear someone saying that we fucking disagree with, just laugh. It's dumb. I mean, even when you say something and it's stupid to them, like, they will laugh too. And I think there's a thing we can do here. I mean, you can laugh with them and they can laugh with you, and we can laugh at how fucking stupid everything is, because to be honest, it's not that serious. Like, we take things so seriously. Just, why can't we just, like, laugh? We love entertainment. We love escaping the seriousness of the world, right? By going on whatever, TikTok or Instagram or YouTube, or going to the movie theater, or watching a play, or listening to music. We're escaping reality, right? Or sometimes, we're looking at it through an artistic view of, how things are. But why can't we bring that, fun randomness to life? Because it really isn't that serious. I mean, as serious as it gets is, sickness or death or whatever. But other than that, it's just freaking, like, have a good time and enjoy life and the moment, the present, because you don't know what the future is going to be, right? Like, people are so crazy, and living in conflict and ego and, wanting more money and, dominating others. And there's all these fucking wars and genocides happening, and you don't fucking know when you're going to be deported or when you're going to be killed or when the world's going to end. And so why can't we just enjoy now with the people that exist now around us? Like, there's so many people out there that you might think are so different from you, but they're not. They're also human. They also like the same things that you like. And, maybe they have a completely different culture than you. Maybe they believe in a different God or in a different religion or whatever. But they're just also living day-to-day life. And they are, thinking similar thoughts that you are thinking. And they are also just, eating food for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and they're taking showers, and they're shitting, they're pissing, they're having sex, they're doing everything that you do, just in the other side of the world or in a different culture and anything. So I think we need to remember as people that even though we have our differences in many things and how society treats us or where we are, in the world, or what religion we have, in the end of the day, we're all humans. We're all brothers and sisters and siblings and whatever. And we should just, not take everything so seriously and just love one another and respect one another and listen to what people have to say. I do this exercise where when I'm in a room with a lot of people talking, and even though, even if they're friends or if they're not friends or whatever they are, I just like to listen to them. I like to listen to what they have to say. I don't necessarily talk that much when I'm around a lot of people, but I like to listen and understand them, why they think what they think, what they're thinking. And I think it's something we should all try to do sometimes, because I think sometimes we talk too much. We talk a little too much about ourselves, maybe, or whatever thoughts we have, like what I'm doing right now. And we forget to listen to one another. So I think that's what it is. We need to think about communication not in a way of, just fucking talking about you or them, but just listen. Just remember to listen to people. And if you are not sure what they meant or what they believe in, you can just ask them. And it's not in like a way of like, oh, what do you mean? Or like, not in an aggressive way. Like, that's what I'm saying. We can't talk in an aggressive way. You gotta be actually curious. Like, be curious about people. Be curious about what they think. Just be curious about you. Be curious about yourself. Don't think that you already know yourself, because you don't. Because life is so long, and there's so much that we need to discover throughout it. There's so many situations that puts us in a place where we don't really know, like, what we believe in, who we are. I think we need to be open to like changing. Be open to be a hypocrite, because we change, because things happen and we change and we evolve. So I think we need to be open to that, and we need to be open to be listening to others and understanding them and accepting their cultures and their differences, because at the end of the day, even though it's like culture is such a thing that it comes from like tradition so far down and so far away, it's still present now, and it shapes who we are and how we act. So we just need to be mindful of people's cultures and who they are and all that, and in a way of like, as I said, curiosity and wanting to know more about them and understand them. Be open and listen, and don't be violent. Not in a physical way. Don't be violent when you're communicating to people. Aggressive. You should always come at a question with someone with curiosity and sincerity, rather than aggressiveness and pointing fingers and stuff like that, because you're never going to make someone understand something, or someone change, or someone believe in something else if you're telling them what to believe in. You're only going to achieve that by having a sincere conversation and showing them what you think and why you believe that, and then maybe they will open their mind to believe in what you believe, or to agree with what you agree. But you should never expect them to, because you don't want to create that expectation in yourself, and you don't want to create that expectation for them. So you should come to, when you're talking to someone about important things like this, just, don't expect anything. Don't expect to change them. Just tell them what you feel, tell them what you believe in, and there's a sliver of chance that maybe then they will understand, and maybe they'll agree with you. And that's all you can hope for, is that maybe people will agree with you. And yeah, just treat everyone with love and care, and don't be aggressive. These are my thoughts for this week. And I hope that all that I said makes sense to you, because after all, to me, it's just common sense.